Today is June 21st, 2021, and I'm coming to you guys with a testimony how God blessed me. Now, I'm very private, so I don't tell my business. I just trust God, believe, but I will share what God do for me. So as some of you know in the videos, I went to work, and my work in November implemented a app requirement that I didn't know about, first of all, and that I was not able to do because you needed a certain, I'm going to say, equipment, and I didn't have that. Now, my place of work had closed down due to the pandemic, but they reopened in September, and I was on unemployment. But I went back because, it was the right thing to do. They opened back up, so I went back and I did what I was supposed to do. So I kept asking them, what are the requirements? What do I need to do? I have the emails to prove it. And only thing I was told, when you get to your place of employment, that they will let you know. So I went to one assignment. They act like they didn't know what me to up to. They had me sitting around. They didn't know what I was supposed to do, but they paid me. So they sent. I was sent to another place. They did the same thing. They was like, "Oh, there's nobody here. We're in a pandemic. We don't know why they sent you, but you could stay." They paid me again. Then I went to another place because I go from place to place assignment. And they was like, well, you got to go all the way over here. I said, no, I caught the bus. I'm not walking all the way over there. So they said, well, you could sit here and, we'll pay you for the day. So I finally called the lady that hired me in 2018. And I said, every time I show up, they don't, know what I'm supposed to do. So I went to another school, and they told me that I gave me a code so I could sign on. But guess what? I couldn't even sign on, and I didn't even work that day. And then I finally got a place where they said, well, you go to this one. You stay there. I was able to sign on. I was able to do my work. I was so happy. I was like, wow. But, it wasn't really nobody working there but me. You know what I'm saying? But I was okay with that. I was okay. And, I was showing up on time, doing what I need to do. Then right after Thanksgiving, that day after Thanksgiving break, I went back to work. And come to find out that this regulation that they wanted us to do, that they implemented because of COVID, was supposed to be carried out when I got there. Now, the only thing that was done was my temperature was taken. I was asked, did anybody, me or anybody in my house, was contracted or was in contact with someone that had COVID? I said no. And that was it. So I was told, if you're not comfortable, go home. And I went home. I tried to fill in applications. And every time I either didn't hear from the place of employment, or they called me and said they couldn't, they're waiting on my fingerprints. And one place said, because your old job didn't verify you, we can't get you started. So this kept going on. I'm filling out applications, 20, 30, 40 applications, just filling. Then I started filling applications not in my field, to like be a companion with the elderly, this, that, and the third. That still wasn't going through. So I applied for unemployment. I wasn't sure how it works because I don't really know a lot about unemployment because I always, work. And they said invalid, and that I will hear from somebody from federal employment. I never did. So I spoke to someone in our community one day. I think it was in the end of March. Her name is Uniquely Made Warrior. God bless her soul. I pray that God give her every righteous desire. And she talked to me. She said, "You know, sis, they try to stop us from getting our money." So I said, "Well, let me just call," because I wasn't even calling. I was waiting on them. She was like, "Yeah, you." She was like, "You can't wait on them." She said, that it's designed to stop us." So I called in the people. I said, "I never heard from the people about the federal unemployment." So the guy was like, "Well, you got to put in an appeal." I said, "An appeal?" So I put in an appeal. They was playing the game again with the time. I couldn't get in touch with nobody, this, that, and the third. Then I started writing letters. And I finally got somebody. So she called me. She sent me an email 2 days before I think it's called a hearing. And she emails me the next day and say, because she asked me for my pay stubs, I can't open the pay stubs. So I said, "Well, let me try to open it." I opened it. I emailed her back. I said I can open it. She wouldn't email me back. Then God told me to take a picture of the pay stubs. That was God. Cause I was like, "What do you want me to do? Do you want me to meet you? Is your office?" She wouldn't even answer. It was 3 days that went by. And I'm telling you, God said, "Take a picture and send it to her." I took a picture and sent it to her. Then I heard from her the next week. She said, "Oh, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it." So I haven't worked since November the 30th. I got a paycheck in December because I did work at the end of November, but I haven't received a paycheck since. Let me tell you how good God is. None of my bills is behind. That stimulus check that came, the check that came in December, I sold my car, and then that other stimulus that came stretched me out to May. It was June when I needed money to pay my bills. God will take care of us. We don't have to worry about a thing. I testify today. Them people had to pay me back pay since December of 2020. God is good. He will do it, guys. Don't only thing you gotta do is trust. Now I could have went and tried to finagle and lied and try to scheme and try to use somebody to try to help me or whatever the case may be. But I kept my eyes on God and He did it. He did it. He did it. Guys, just trust in God, He will do it. Now, what I'm doing is I'm opening a Shopify store because I never had a problem getting work, especially in my field. I have degrees for it. I never had a problem. But all of a sudden, it's a problem. So I'm opening a Shopify store and I hope that you guys support me. I also do notary. And my real estate license is in referral in New Jersey. So what I do, I refer people that's purchasing a home, selling a home or a building, or that's looking for lands or apartments. And they give me a commission. So if you guys need that too, stay tuned for my Shopify store. I just want to thank Uniquely Made Warrior again, because I was sitting months waiting. Because in the pandemic, in the beginning, when I had to file unemployment last year, it took months. So I'm thinking it's taking months. Them people was sitting on my case, and they wouldn't have paid me if I never called them. They wouldn't have paid me, and I would have been struggling. God is good, guys. So stay tuned for my Shopify store. Also, I'm going to take my own self out, and I'm taking you guys with me. I want to take y'all with me with that experience. And I'm looking to visit someone in our community. I got to talk to that person first. I'm going to see, I mean, or you know what? If you want someone in our community to visit you and hang out with you, hit me up in the comment section, because it might just be more than one person, so we could bond together. But God is good. God is good. And I just felt that the breakthrough was coming. And I ain't even gonna give, I ain't even gonna say it. But the games that was played, God still made me to be victorious over it all. I just thank you guys for your prayers. Hit me up in the comment section if you want me to visit you this summer. And please support my Shopify store. And until the next time, I'll talk to you guys. Take care.